Welcome to Vending University, the ultimate guide to becoming a vending operator. You're about to dive into one of the most critical components of running a successful vending business: compliance. In this module, compliance with local and international vending regulations, we cover everything you need to ensure your vending operation stays on the right side of the law, no matter where you're operating. Vending isn't just about stocking machines with snacks, drinks, or merchandise. It's about understanding and navigating a complex landscape of laws and regulations that vary not only from country to country, but also between states, provinces, and cities. Failure to comply with these laws can lead to heavy fines, machine seizures, or even the suspension of your business operations. That's why this course is essential. Whether you're setting up machines in a corporate lobby, a train station, a university, or overseas, knowing your legal responsibilities is just as important as knowing how to restock your products. This module is designed to give you a comprehensive overview of both local and international vending laws. We'll guide you through critical topics like business licenses, health and safety inspections, product labeling, food handling certifications, taxation, accessibility standards, and cross-border compliance for international operators. You'll also learn how to stay updated with evolving laws through compliance checklists, how to work with local authorities, and when to consult legal experts. Our goal is not to overwhelm you with jargon, but to equip you with clear, actionable knowledge. Each section includes real-world examples, best practices, and helpful resources so you can build your vending business on a solid legal foundation. By the end of this module, you'll have the confidence and clarity to operate legally, ethically, and profitably wherever your machines are placed. Module 1. Understanding Regulatory Frameworks. Local versus international vending laws. Before you place your first vending machine, it's crucial to understand the legal frameworks that govern the vending industry. Regulations vary dramatically depending on where you operate. Local laws often cover zoning, licensing, sanitation, and machine placement. These rules ensure vending machines don't obstruct foot traffic, violate health codes, or operate in prohibited areas. Each municipality or city may have unique requirements, so it's essential to consult local authorities before installation to avoid future penalties or forced removal. On the other hand, international vending operations face additional layers of regulation. If you plan to expand your vending business across borders, you must comply with each country's consumer protection laws, food and safety standards, and product labeling requirements. For example, the European Union enforces strict rules on allergens, packaging, and nutritional information. Failing to meet these standards can lead to penalties, product recalls, or import restrictions. Vending laws may also tie into broader trade agreements and customs procedures, especially when sourcing products internationally. Another key consideration is legal business registration. Some countries require a local presence or partnership to operate vending machines legally. You may also need to adhere to trade regulations, import-export duties, and VAT policies that differ from your home country. Local legal counsel or compliance advisors can be helpful when navigating international requirements. In conclusion, successful vending operators must treat compliance as a core business function. Whether you're operating locally or internationally, knowing the difference between jurisdictional requirements can save time, money, and your reputation. This module sets the foundation for understanding how and why vending laws exist, ensuring you're prepared to meet them wherever your business grows. Module 2. Business licensing and permits for vending operators. Operating a vending machine business begins with proper licensing. Every region has its own set of requirements, and securing the correct permits is not only a legal obligation, but a protective measure for your business. Typically, you will need a general business license to operate legally, which confirms that your company is recognized by local authorities. In many jurisdictions, each vending machine must also have its own individual permit or sticker, especially if placed in public or high-traffic areas with foot traffic concerns. Health permits are often required if you plan to sell food or beverages, particularly perishable items. These permits ensure your machines and supply chains meet sanitation standards. You may also be subject to routine inspections by health departments. Without these licenses, your machines risk being shut down or fined. Some cities or counties may require vending-specific licenses, which assess your compliance with zoning, electrical safety, and placement rules. You may also be required to hold insurance coverage for public liability or machine damage. Additionally, vending operators must register for a tax identification number to collect and remit sales tax. Depending on the region, tax rates can vary and may apply differently to food, drinks, or non-edible items. In some countries, vending businesses must also register with customs or trade authorities when importing machines or stock. Having proper documentation ensures smoother operations, particularly when scaling your business or entering new markets with different tax laws. In conclusion, staying compliant with licensing and permit regulations is fundamental. A single missed document could delay your launch or lead to legal trouble. Always research local and national requirements thoroughly, keep licenses up to date, and maintain clear records. Doing so protects your investment and keeps your operations running without interruption. Module 3. Health and Safety Compliance for Food and Beverage. Vending, health and safety compliance is a cornerstone of any food or beverage vending operation. As a vending operator, you are legally and ethically responsible for ensuring that all consumable products meet strict hygiene and safety standards. From sourcing inventory to machine maintenance, every step of your operation must prioritize consumer well-being. Many local health departments enforce regulations that require vending machines dispensing food or drink to meet cleanliness, refrigeration, and storage criteria. Failure to meet these can result in fines, shutdowns, or reputational damage. One of the key components of compliance is temperature control. Machines that offer perishable items, such as dairy, meats, or ready-to-eat meals, must maintain regulated internal temperatures to prevent bacterial growth. Regular checks and documented temperature logs are often mandated. In some jurisdictions, sensors and automatic shut-off systems are required to prevent the sale of spoiled goods. Food safety standards also cover expiry dates, labeling, and allergen declarations, each essential to safeguarding customers, particularly those with dietary restrictions. Additionally, vending machines must be regularly cleaned and sanitized to prevent cross-contamination. Operators are expected to have a cleaning schedule in place and use approved sanitizing products. Food handling during restocking must also comply with hygiene laws, often necessitating the use of gloves and clean packaging environments. Proper pest control around machines is another vital requirement, especially when machines are located outdoors or in high-traffic areas. In conclusion, maintaining health and safety standards in food and beverage vending is not just a regulatory requirement. It's key to consumer trust and business longevity. Operators who prioritize hygiene, storage standards, and product integrity build stronger customer relationships and reduce the risk of non-compliance. By adhering to local and international food safety regulations, you ensure that your vending business remains a safe, reliable source of refreshment. Module 4. Product labeling, allergen warnings, and consumer protection laws. Product labeling is a fundamental requirement in vending operations that serve food, beverages, or consumables. Clear, accurate, and visible labels not only ensure compliance with regulations, but also protect consumer health and build trust. Most local and international vending regulations mandate that all packaged items display specific information, including ingredients, nutritional values, expiry dates, and manufacturer details. This transparency is essential for consumers making informed choices, particularly those managing allergies or dietary restrictions. Allergen warnings are a critical part of food labeling compliance. Many countries require explicit identification of common allergens such as nuts, dairy, soy, gluten, and shellfish. These warnings must be visible and easy to understand, often highlighted separately on the label. Inaccurate or missing allergen information can pose serious health risks and result in heavy legal penalties for vending operators. Some regions also mandate precautionary statements like may contain traces of to inform consumers of cross-contamination risks. Beyond allergen labeling, consumer protection laws also address misleading marketing, false claims, and product safety. For instance, advertising a product as sugar-free or organic without proper certification can violate trade laws and damage a brand's reputation. Labels must also comply with language and format requirements set by national regulators. For example, some regions require dual language labels, specific font sizes, or government-issued health icons. Furthermore, vending operators are expected to maintain a reliable system for product recall or customer complaints. This involves clear contact information, lot tracking, and a protocol for removing non-compliant items quickly. Consumer protection agencies may audit vending operators to ensure compliance with these standards. In conclusion, proper product labeling and allergen warnings are not optional. They're legal requirements that uphold consumer safety and business credibility. Adhering to consumer protection laws safeguards both your customers and your vending enterprise from unnecessary legal exposure. Module 5: Taxation and Financial Reporting Requirements for Vending Businesses. Tax compliance and accurate financial reporting are essential for maintaining a legitimate and sustainable vending business. Whether operating locally or across international borders, vending operators must understand their tax obligations and follow specific financial documentation standards. These obligations may include sales tax, value-added tax, VAT, income tax, and corporate tax, depending on the business structure and jurisdiction. Proper registration with local tax authorities is typically mandatory, and failure to comply can result in fines, penalties, or business suspension. Vending businesses must track every transaction, including cash and digital payments, to ensure transparency and accuracy. Point-of-sale systems integrated with vending machines make it easier to record sales and generate real-time financial reports. These records support accurate tax filings and help operators understand profitability, cost structures, and inventory turnover. In many countries, businesses are required to submit periodic tax returns, often monthly or quarterly, with detailed breakdowns of income, expenses, and taxable amounts. In addition to tax filings, vending operators may need to submit annual financial statements that include profit and loss accounts, balance sheets, and cash flow reports. These documents are vital for regulatory audits, securing loans, or attracting investors. Depending on the size of the business, financial records may need to be audited or certified by a licensed accountant. Proper bookkeeping and accounting software are critical tools that help ensure accuracy, compliance, and audit readiness. International vending operations face added complexity due to cross-border tax laws, currency conversion, and reporting standards. Operators must stay informed about bilateral tax treaties and reporting obligations under frameworks such as the OECD Guidelines or International Financial Reporting Standards, IFRS. In conclusion, strong financial practices and tax compliance form the backbone of a legitimate vending business. By maintaining detailed records, meeting tax deadlines, and staying updated on financial regulations, operators reduce risk, improve credibility, and position their business for long-term success. Module 6: Zoning Laws and Location. Specific restrictions for vending machines. Zoning laws play a pivotal role in determining where vending machines can legally operate. These laws are established by local authorities to regulate land use, ensuring vending machines are placed in areas aligned with public safety, traffic flow, aesthetics, and community standards. As a vending operator, understanding and complying with zoning regulations is crucial to avoid fines, forced removals, or legal disputes. Different zones, such as commercial, industrial, residential, or mixed use, have varying rules regarding the installation of vending machines. For example, commercial zones generally allow vending placements in storefronts, offices, or shopping centers, while residential zones may restrict them entirely to preserve neighborhood integrity. Some municipalities may prohibit vending near schools, hospitals, or religious sites, citing concerns about noise, crowding, or the types of products offered. Others impose limits based on proximity to existing vending machines, aiming to control market saturation. In addition to zoning, location-specific restrictions often address issues such as machine size, signage, power supply, and accessibility. Vending operators may need to apply for location permits, pay installation fees, or secure written permission from property owners. Public spaces like parks, train stations, or sidewalks often require special contracts or compliance with municipal vending programs. Violating these location-based rules can lead to confiscation of the machine or revocation of business licenses. Urban areas with high foot traffic may also impose aesthetic requirements, demanding uniform colors, clean appearances, or anti-graffiti coatings. In some jurisdictions, operators must ensure machines do not obstruct pathways, entrances, or emergency exits. There may also be rules about operational hours and noise levels, especially for machines placed in shared spaces. In conclusion, vending success depends not just on great products, but also on strategic, compliant placement. Understanding and respecting zoning laws and local restrictions ensures legal operation, reduces conflict, and maximizes visibility. By selecting approved high-traffic locations and adhering to local regulations, vending operators position themselves for stable and lawful growth. Module 7. Accessibility Standards and Disability Compliance in Vending. In today's inclusive society, accessibility in vending operations is not just a legal requirement, but a moral and commercial imperative. Operators must ensure their machines are usable by all individuals, including those with disabilities. Accessibility standards are often outlined in national or international laws, such as the UK's Equality Act 2010, the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, or the European Accessibility Act, depending on the region of operation. These standards are designed to promote equal access and prevent discrimination in the provision of goods and services. Accessibility in vending starts with physical design. Machines should be installed at a height reachable by individuals using wheelchairs and feature controls that are operable with one hand and without tight grasping or twisting. Button size, tactile markings, and clear visual displays assist users with limited dexterity or visual impairments. Additionally, the machine's interface should offer both visual and auditory instructions, allowing those with hearing or sight challenges to make informed selections. The location of vending machines also plays a role in accessibility. They should be placed in areas with barrier-free access, such as ramps, wide pathways, and sufficient maneuvering space. Obstacles such as steps, narrow doorways, or high curbs can render a vending machine effectively inaccessible. In some regions, a specific percentage of all vending machines must meet accessibility standards, particularly in public spaces. Technological innovations are also contributing to greater accessibility. Touchscreens with voice assistants, mobile payment systems, and contactless technology are enhancing the user experience for people with various disabilities. Operators who adopt inclusive design are not only complying with the law, but also expanding their customer base by serving all members of the public. In conclusion, vending machine accessibility is a legal, ethical, and business priority. By implementing universal design principles and adhering to disability compliance regulations, operators can ensure equal access, build customer trust, and contribute to a more inclusive society. Module 8. Cross-border vending. Navigating import, export, and trade regulations. Expanding a vending business across borders introduces new opportunities, but also a host of regulatory challenges. When vending machines or the products inside them are transported across countries, operators must comply with complex import, export laws, trade agreements, and customs procedures. Failing to do so can result in shipment delays, fines, or the seizure of goods. One of the first considerations is product classification. Vending items like snacks, beverages, electronics, or wellness products are subject to specific import tariffs, safety standards, and documentation requirements. Some goods may be restricted or require special permits depending on the destination country. For instance, importing food into the EU requires compliance with the bloc's strict food safety, labeling, and packaging standards, including documentation for allergens and ingredients. Similarly, shipping vending machines themselves may require technical conformity with local electrical and safety regulations. Customs declarations must be accurate, with all invoices, origin certificates, and licenses prepared beforehand. Mislabeling or undervaluing goods can lead to significant penalties. Furthermore, operators must understand each country's applicable taxes such as VAT, import duties, or environmental fees. Some countries also impose quotas or trade barriers that can influence what products you are allowed to import or export. Free trade agreements, FTAs, can offer reduced tariffs or expedited clearance, but require additional compliance with rules of origin. For example, a vending business operating between the UK and Canada under the UK-Canada Trade Continuity Agreement must demonstrate that goods qualify for tariff reductions based on their origin. In conclusion, cross-border vending demands careful planning, legal compliance, and strategic logistics. Understanding the intricacies of trade regulations, from customs documentation to product safety and taxation, helps vending operators avoid disruptions, ensure timely delivery, and maintain regulatory alignment. When executed correctly, international vending can unlock significant growth and expand your brand across global markets. Module 9. Working with regulatory authorities and passing inspections. Successful vending operators know that building a good relationship with regulatory authorities is just as important as following the rules. Compliance is not a one-time task, but an ongoing process that requires regular communication, documentation, and preparation. Regulatory bodies may include local councils, food safety agencies, consumer protection offices, and tax authorities. Each has its own area of oversight, and operators must ensure they are meeting all relevant standards consistently. Inspections can be either scheduled or surprise visits. They typically assess hygiene, safety, machine maintenance, labeling accuracy, tax compliance, and accessibility. Preparing for inspections starts with meticulous record keeping. Documentation of licenses, supplier invoices, cleaning logs, machine maintenance schedules, and health certificates should be easily accessible and up to date. Proper training of staff on compliance protocols ensures that even in the operator's absence, standards are maintained. Operators should conduct internal audits to simulate the inspection process. This includes checking for expired products, ensuring labels are accurate and visible, testing payment systems, and confirming machines are clean and functioning properly. Minor oversights like unclear pricing or blocked access can result in fines or warnings, so attention to detail is critical. Maintaining open lines of communication with inspectors builds trust and can lead to smoother inspections. Responding promptly to inquiries, addressing any violations quickly, and requesting clarification when needed demonstrate professionalism. In some jurisdictions, passing an inspection may also improve the operator's public reputation through official grading systems or certification programs. In conclusion, regulatory inspections are not hurdles, but opportunities to prove the quality and reliability of your vending business. By working proactively with authorities and maintaining high standards at all times, operators can avoid penalties, protect their brand, and ensure a seamless experience for customers and regulators alike. Module 10. Staying compliant, monitoring legal updates and risk management practices. Compliance isn't static. As local and international vending regulations evolve, staying informed and adaptable is crucial to maintaining a lawful and successful operation. Governments frequently update health codes, consumer protection laws, tax regulations, accessibility requirements, and import-export rules. Vending operators must monitor these changes continuously to avoid unintentional violations that can lead to costly penalties or business disruptions. To stay compliant, vending businesses should subscribe to updates from regulatory agencies, join relevant trade associations, and attend industry conferences or webinars. These sources provide timely insights on legislation changes and best practices. Setting up Google Alerts for key terms like vending regulations or food safety compliance can also help operators stay ahead of changes that affect their market. Risk management is another vital component. By identifying and addressing potential areas of non-compliance early, businesses can protect themselves from legal and financial exposure. This involves conducting regular internal audits, creating compliance checklists, training employees on current regulations, and documenting every step of the process. Operators should also develop contingency plans for events such as machine failures, supply chain disruptions, or health outbreaks to ensure rapid and compliant responses. Investing in compliance management tools, such as software that tracks permit expirations, tax filings, or inspection schedules, can further reduce risk and improve oversight. Legal counsel or compliance consultants may be engaged to conduct periodic reviews, especially for operators expanding into new regions or categories. In conclusion, staying compliant is not just about avoiding penalties. It's about fostering trust with customers, authorities, and partners. By actively monitoring legal updates and embedding risk management into daily operations, vending businesses remain agile, competitive, and prepared for the future. Conclusion: completing this course on compliance with local and international vending regulations equips you with the knowledge and practical tools required to operate a vending business with integrity, safety, and legal confidence. Across the modules, we've explored the nuances of regulatory frameworks that differ across jurisdictions, the importance of acquiring the right business licenses, and how to uphold food safety standards and consumer protection obligations. You now understand the critical role of proper labeling, allergen warnings, and financial reporting, as well as the impact of zoning laws, accessibility standards, and cross-border trade regulations. Vending operators who stay informed and proactive about compliance are better positioned for long-term growth and public trust. Regulatory inspections are no longer intimidating hurdles, but routine validations of your operational excellence. The ability to collaborate effectively with authorities, manage risks, and implement consistent internal practices will give you a competitive edge and greater resilience in a fast-changing business landscape. By mastering these regulatory aspects, you are not only avoiding fines and shutdowns, you are also elevating your business reputation and ensuring your customers receive safe, reliable, and transparent service. Whether you operate locally or across borders, compliance demonstrates professionalism and accountability, which are essential for building lasting business relationships. In a world of evolving legal standards and consumer expectations, your commitment to staying compliant reinforces your role as a responsible vending operator. Carry this knowledge forward, apply it consistently, and continue monitoring legal developments to safeguard your operations. Congratulations on completing the course. Your journey toward vending excellence is now backed by regulatory confidence and ethical practice.